Hi, my name is Lena, and I've been a registered early childhood educator for 9 years now. Working as a visibly Muslim woman in this sector where we regularly engage with a diverse community has given me so many meaningful experiences. I've felt heard, appreciated, and accepted. But I'd be lying if I said it's all been positive. Sadly, I've also had a few experiences where I was left feeling humiliated and disrespected simply for being a visible minority. In today's world, respecting one another is not just about agreeing with each other. It's about upholding each person's dignity, even when we don't see eye to eye. While some of our differences are visible, respect is also about showing an understanding for the invisible differences that exist among us. And the invisible differences are often so easily dismissed or forgotten about. But what does respect really mean in DEIB? And how can we actively incorporate it into our everyday interactions, whether at work, with families, or in society? Let's explore why respect is essential, especially in settings where there are differing cultures, appearances, beliefs, and perspectives. To truly respect others, we first need to reflect on our own beliefs and biases. The truth is, we all have biases, consciously and subconsciously, that can shape how we perceive others. In DEIB work, it's crucial to reflect on how our personal beliefs influence how we communicate and interact with others. Are we really open-minded? It's easy to say that we accept everyone, but what does that really mean when you say it? Ask yourself the hard and uncomfortable questions. Do you see yourself as equal to those who do not look like you? How about asking, are you hearing people fully, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? Are you just listening to answer, or are you truly hearing someone out? Being mindful of this internal work is a key piece of how we show respect to others. A few years ago, while working as a community connector, a community member came into the center looking for support to help their family through financial hardship. I responded with empathy as best as I could and began sharing information about the available resources in the city. But it quickly became clear that the answers I was giving weren't what they wanted to hear. I noticed their facial expressions shift. I saw disappointment, maybe it was frustration. Either way, I could feel that my guard needed to go up. And then came the words, "I don't really think you know what you're doing. I want to speak to someone else." Their words hurt, but it was the tone that really stung. Still, I tried to push aside my assumptions about what they really meant. I gave more details, trying to prove I knew what I was talking about, that I was competent. But in the end, the only thing I proved right was my instincts. Their next words filled the room. "I don't know why they hire you people." Respect in communication is so much more than just words. How we communicate through tone, body language, and even eye contact plays a significant role in how our respect is perceived. If we want to build strong relationships with colleagues, families, and community members, we must pay attention not only to what we say, but how we say it. That being said, it's also important to recognize that different abilities, disabilities, and cultural backgrounds may influence how people approach communication. For example, someone with a disability may have different needs regarding body language, eye contact, or tone, while certain cultural norms may affect how people interpret or use these nonverbal cues. Being aware of and respecting these differences is crucial to ensuring that our communication is inclusive and truly respectful. Respect also means acknowledging that everyone comes to the table with their own unique experiences, cultures, knowledge, and perspectives. For example, as registered early childhood educators, we may know the best practices for child development from the lens of our educational background, but families may have different cultural values and beliefs that influence how they view these practices. It's essential to approach these differences with humility and curiosity. Rather than assuming our way is the best, we can seek answers alongside our colleagues, the children, and their families. Respecting other beliefs doesn't mean we need to compromise on our own values, but it does mean honoring the diversity of thought that exists. Years ago, when my brother was at childcare, my mom would often come home from picking him up feeling frustrated. More than once, his educators had a conversation with her about how my parents needed to be doing more to encourage my brother to eat independently at meal times. At 3 years old, he could hold utensils, but at childcare, he simply refused to use them. My mom tried to explain over and over that in our culture, and even based on my parents' personal preferences, he wasn't expected to feed himself at home. As many of us know, when young children are learning to eat independently, it's very common for food to get spilled. And in our culture and in our religion, food is considered sacred, and it's meant to be respected, so playing with food or letting it fall on the floor is seen as wasteful. To avoid that, some parents, including my own, choose to spoon feed their children, and some meals are even eaten without utensils. This was explained many times to the educators. But instead of being met with understanding or working together to find a solution, my mom was met with constant judgment, and she was talked down to again and again. Respect helps us engage without dehumanizing or dismissing each other. It creates room for dialogue. If we lead with judgment or defensiveness, conversations and even learning can be shut down. Respect opens the door to listening and understanding, even when we disagree. Ultimately, respect in DEIB work isn't just a passive gesture. It's an active, intentional choice to engage with others in a way that values their humanity, their identity, and their experiences. By respecting each other, we build stronger and more inclusive communities. So let's commit to practicing respect every day through our words, actions, and attitudes, and work together to create spaces where everyone truly belongs. Thank you for listening.